Never stop learning. Become so good that you're not replaceable. If you stop learning, you're already outdated. In the world where AI replaces humans, the only way to be in the job is to stay exceptional. When I started out my career, I thought degree is just enough. I was wrong. The world does not pay you for what you have studied. The world pays you for what subject you have mastered, for how deeply you understood, solve, and serve. At 35, I asked this question to myself. If someone younger, cheaper, and faster joins my company, will they learn from me or would they replace me? That question changed everything. Your personal brand is not just your job title. It's your expert identity. It is that one field where people say, if she is doing it, I trust it completely. That does not come from talent alone. That comes from consistent learning and deep service. Learn until you own the room and learn until your name becomes your resume. Learn until they say no one can replace her. That's your personal branding. And it starts today and not someday. Let me share my personal experience. Let me tell you how I was able to hold my job and outshine, and throughout my service I have got several recognition and promotions. So one of the key things that I want to share with you all is that continuous learning. You have to be expert, choose any domain, and you have to be expert in that chosen domain. And don't underestimate the importance of doing the certification, because certification is an endorsement. Like for example, in my case, I pursued Lean Six Sigma Green Belt, and then I also passed Lean Six Sigma Black Belt. Also, I have the ITSM certificate. So, in my resume, I always have these two logos which endorse me for my skill set. So, like that, whatever domain you are working in, it could be teacher or it could be in administration, in finance, in banking, whatever domain that you are in, make sure you take a very high-end certification, and that certificate will be an endorsement for your skill set. As you all aware, I hold 17 years of experience in IT industry, and in that 8 years I have worked abroad. So apart from this, you have to learn from whichever opportunity that world brings into you. Like when you are put up in a team or in a project, you understand, try to observe how the seniors in your team, how they are responding to the actions and the tasks, how your manager is speaking to the stakeholders, to the internal employees, to the HR vendor. So collectively you observe each one of them and you start learning from each one of the people that you come across, both in your personal life and in your professional life. And trust me, this conscious learning will definitely help you. And you have to put your knowledge to do the task that is given to you in a very exceptional way. Like when they ask you to give your data, don't just put a table in email and send to them. Instead, you can draw some graph, you can draw some projection out of it. What is the current status? What is the trend analysis? What is the forecast of the data? Label it correctly, and you give a very complete information and accurate information. So by doing your task in an exceptional way, and how that exceptional will come, it can come only by the knowledge that you have. So that's why learning is important. You study that subject and you do the work in a very exceptional and in an end-to-end way. And don't forget, don't let anyone to follow up your task. You be proactive in giving the stakeholders the necessary information, and you give the status of the task that is assigned to you both in email and in the tool. So, studying is one thing, and the deep and consistent service to your audience is another thing. So, whatever you do, think how your audience will perceive it and make sure you satisfy them with your work. So, with this one closing point, let me conclude my video. So, learning is important. Continuous learning is very important, and be the expert in your field, and that comes through learning and to hold some high-end certification on your domain and the deep knowledge that you have gained in that domain. And make sure you do a deep service for your organization or to your audience. Be a resource in your organization that it always have a reason to hold you when an odd situation arises. The reason to hold you back because it could be from the expert knowledge that you have in that domain, the way you handle it, your aura, the way you speak to the stakeholder. That's how your entire image and personal brand comes into the picture. So be that one resource where you're not replaceable by any AI or by any other person.